What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We are starting today's episode off showing you the team that I am taking into FUT Champions. It's a different team to what I've been using over the past few weeks. I've been heavily geared towards a EPL team the last few weeks. And this time around, I figured why not try and go for a bit of a mixed league. Just using some players that I've got in the club that I like the look of and have a feel as to how they're going to be. Of course, we've got Douglas Costa up there at left wing, Jonas at striker, Lucas at right mid. And I actually bought three PSG players, Lucas, Krykowiak and Aurier. And I bought them before the Lacazette Squad Builder Challenge was announced, which basically inflated their price pretty much instantly after I bought them, giving me guaranteed profit if I were to sell them, but also if I were to use them in the SBC, giving me players on the cheap, which was obviously very, very nice for me. So you're seeing me just do a bit of squad maintenance at the start here, just to get the team prepared for FUT Champions. And as per usual with the FUT Champs gameplay, you guys are going to have... I've picked up some questions from the SBC video that you guys are going to get responses to. I'm hoping this video will be up quite early, probably around like 2 or 3 p.m. on the channel. And then there should theoretically be another one at 10 or 11 p.m. because I want to get 2 videos out today and 2 videos out tomorrow, being Wednesday, so that when the rewards come in on Wednesday, we have that video for Thursday. But I've also got some other stuff I want to do this week. The new tournament is live already at the time of making this to qualify. Now, I have already automatically qualified based on my finish in FUT Champs for the weekend that you're about to see, which obviously means that you guys know I at least got Gold 3, which is pretty much a given for me, and you know, I guess I'm expected to be Gold 3. But I've got some things to talk to you guys about, and then I've also got some things that I want to discuss regarding investments, regarding team building, and what we get for prizes from FUT Champions, how we utilise those and make the most of them. So to start with, the first comment I picked up was from Tim Herban. He says, "Yo Nep, love the series. I've learned a lot from the Road to Glory, as most of us know the disconnection glitch on PS4 is still working. It has got to the point where I'm almost stupid to not do it every now and then because it basically gives you free coins. It's got a bit out of hand and EA doesn't seem to work on it. Do you think it will be patched anytime soon because it's becoming a major problem?" So first and foremost, I would urge you not to use it. Like some people will say this is hypocritical because in FIFA 15 there was one on Xbox and I did use it, although it was different, and that's why I think people misinterpret it. In FIFA 15, the disconnect glitch didn't affect your opponent at all in any way, shape or form. They wouldn't have even known if you did it. It was impossible for them to realise. And the one in FIFA 15 was a no-loss glitch that you did at the end of the game. So if they were winning, they still got their win. And if you were winning, it didn't make any difference because you got the win. And you couldn't do it until the 90th minute, until the final whistle blew. With the PS4 one here, you can do it at any point during the game. And if you use it, as we take our team now, guys, into the first FUT Champions game, if you use it, I don't mind people using glitches when it doesn't affect anyone else, which is why the offline no-loss glitch, I personally find, is fair game. Because it's an offline thing, you don't gain coins from it. Like, ultimately, all you get from the offline glitch is a non-loss on your record, and it's offline, it doesn't make any difference. The online glitch from FIFA 15 didn't affect anyone. When you use the PS4 glitch, you are directly impacting your opponent and what they're doing, and I don't think that's very fair. I think it's something that EA need to look more just harder upon. What's interesting is some people have messaged me saying that you get a warning. Well, I think everyone got a warning saying if you use it, you will potentially be banned. But I don't know how EA can monitor that on a grand scale. And the reason why I say that is because if somebody does it against you, let's say you win a draft within 8, 10, 12, 15 minutes because you went 1-0 up and your opponent used the glitch, how is that your fault? And is that your fault? Like, can you really be punished for just playing the game? So how will EA know and recognise which accounts are doing it and which aren't? Because if they do it just based on a number of games played in a specific amount of time, if you're a good player and you just go up early every game, you could get through 10, 20, even 30 games in like a 3-4 hour period because people just keep quitting against you. And that might put you at jeopardy even though you're not doing the glitch. I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think it's an EA issue. I think the issue is the way the data is sent and received on PlayStation on Sony's end, and I think Sony are reluctant to work with EA because they just don't seem to have a strong working relationship. So I would argue that this glitch will not be patched, or at least not until there is a huge title update on FIFA's end that could potentially be not until like December or maybe even the new year. So I don't know if and when it's going to get patched. Do I think you should use it? Absolutely not. Do I think that you should worry when people use it against you? Not really. I would still say that playing the online draft on PS4 is probably the best thing to do, because if you do take the lead, it's likely that you'll come up against someone that uses it, and if you do go behind, it's again likely that someone will use it against you. So I think the drafts are a pretty good way to generate coins, and on the occasions where you play against somebody who also doesn't use the glitch, I think that's just fair game. If you win, you win, and if you lose, just suck it up and lose. You're going to get so many free wins along the way anyway, that I think you should take the losses when they come, because you deserve them anyway. So it is out of hand. It has been around for almost a month now, 3 weeks or so, and the fact that EA haven't fixed it, haven't patched it, and haven't disabled matchmaking to do anything, and all they've done is throw one warning and threaten to ban people, I would say that I don't think is going to get patched anytime soon. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope it gets fixed as soon as possible, because it's not a good thing to have in a game that they're trying to gear towards competitiveness. But on the question of should you use it every once in a while, absolutely not. Don't use it. Don't put yourself at risk. Don't put your account at risk. And just enjoy it when other people use it against you, and reap the benefits from that, but don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Next is from Stefan Shadoun. It says, I love the content. I play only 20 games max every week. I've grinded the bronze pack and qualify for FUT Champions each week and play like 15 matches. I have a team with special items and 200k. Thanks, Nep. And I appreciate that comment. The reason why I picked this out is because there was a lot of like not negativity around this series this year, because there's nothing but positivity. There is, for every 10,000 happy customers, there's one unhappy customer, and that is a ratio that I absolutely love, right? Don't get me wrong, the positivity is here, but for those that kind of dispute the fact that this is now a FUT Champions to glory, and that people that don't have the time to play the game aren't going to benefit from this, this is why I picked out this comment, because Stefan has shown that just through the basic understanding of Ultimate Team and how best to utilize your coins and your worth and your time, he has 200,000 coins and a team with special items. And he only plays a maximum of 20 games every week. So it goes to show that you don't need to play 40 games a weekend plus more games in the week and spend hours and hours and hours on these accounts to generate coins and benefit from this. All you need to do is play what you can play, but utilize your time and your coins the most efficient way. And I hope that that's what we get across here. You can see by the start that we've had in FUT Champions, we won the first game, we lost the second game, we won the third game. This is game number 4. He came in with a pretty weird team with Alex Hunter up front. However, he subbed on Gareth Bale for Alex Hunter straight away. And you can see here, I don't know, what is this, 35th minute or so, and Gareth Bale gets in behind. Gareth Bale is just unreal in this game. He really is absolutely unreal. Ethan Gardner says, NepentheZ, I'm getting FIFA for Christmas. Will I be at a major disadvantage, or if I have a good tactic, will I catch up easily? Please answer. You will not be at a major disadvantage in terms of teams, markets, players and such. What you'll be a major disadvantage at is qualification for FUT Champions, which a lot of people already will have, especially if they're getting gold through every week. And you'll be at a major disadvantage at understanding the game mechanics that are broken. So the only way to learn those sort of things are to play it as much as you can when you get it, just so you learn and understand how the game works. But in terms of your team, the players that will be effective, the formations, you in a sense have an advantage, because you get to see through your friends or through YouTubers and social media what players are overpowered and cheap, what formations are overpowered and strong, and what best play styles to utilize. So you could pick your game up, and where I picked up FIFA 17 and had to learn everything for myself, you could pick up FIFA 17 and know that you're going to go with a 4-3-2-1 BPL team and just get the super cheap OP players to start with, and then go from there. So no, you will be able to catch up very, very easily. 100% you'll be able to catch up easily. It shouldn't be a problem for you. It's definitely something where you could say, okay, I've got from Christmas as well, I got a £20 gift voucher for Xbox or PlayStation, and I'm going to buy some FIFA points, and that will put you straight away on a level playing field, because although there will be a lot of special cards by the time you get it at Christmas, as with last year and the year before, full gold teams are capable of winning anything and everything just as much as Informs, Legends, Team of the Year and Team of the Season cards are. It is more about the player than it is about the team. That's not to say that the team isn't relevant. Specifically with FUT Champions, the team is more relevant than ever before, and your kind of like your mistakes are more important and more damaging than ever before. But in terms of seasons, in terms of like qualification cups and such, your team isn't really that relevant at all. It's more about player skill than anything else. As long as you've got players, and I've stressed this for the last 2 years, as long as you've got players that have key attributes for the areas that they play in, you are going to be golden. For example, if you pick a striker with really, really bad finishing, it doesn't matter if he's got 99 pace, 99 dribbling, 99 defending, 99 physical and 99 passing. If he has one shooting, you're probably going to struggle with him. However, if you have someone who has really high finishing, yet not necessarily great attributes in other areas, you're going to be absolutely fine. That's not to say that you still can't score with someone who has like, stats, like the wrong stats. But I think for defense, for fullbacks, for midfield specifically, more than wingers and attackers, I'd say getting players with like the right attributes in the right areas is important. And you can see for defenders, pace is important but not paramount. As long as they've got sort of like 77 to 80 pace, you'll be fine, because putting an anchor card on them boosts them way up into the mid 80s to high 80s for pace. Defending and physical for fullbacks is quite important, and in my opinion passing is quite important for fullbacks, because for me I use them as an outlet in my playstyle. Some people won't do, so passing won't be important, but you can find so many fullbacks that are just super cheap. The West Ham left back in the EPL, he goes for the French guy. He's only 75 rated, he's super cheap. He's literally like 800-900 coins, and he's very well rounded as a player. So with an anchor card on him, he becomes a beast left back. And the same with Mankilo at right back, 81 pace, 70 something defending and physical. Once you put an anchor card on him, he becomes a monster. Okay, he's not going to be your Kyle Walker or your Hector Bellerin, but for a super cheap alternative, you're going to be in really good position. And what you're going to get when you get the game at Christmas is you're going to, like, the game's already going to have suffered the Black Friday market crash, the first FUT United market crash. It's going to already have had the players, pretty much the gold players, hit rock bottom prices. So right now, whilst Hector Bellerin is like 18 to 20,000 coins, by the time you get the game, he may well only be worth 6,000 or 7,000 coins, which puts you at a huge advantage compared to people that are buying players right now. But thank you for your comment. Next up, we've got a comment from Helen Jerd. And Helen says, Nep, I'm just curious to know when you think the market crash will happen. I've got some good players in my club that I don't use. I don't know when to sell them. Sell them now. Or don't. And the key point is, if you sell them now, you will get more coins for your value of your player. But if you hold on to them, I explained this like in the last video, the value of the player now will be less as well. So whenever you're trying to buy what you're trying to buy, it will also be cheaper. I would say that if you've got excess players, sell them now. If you've got excess valuables, consumables, club items, kits, badges that have value, sell everything that you're not using now and only keep what you're using. And unless you're confident that they might be worthy in a squad builder challenge, because I keep a lot of stuff just because I think it'll be useful in a squad builder challenge that doesn't really have that much value. But if you have players that are worth 15, 20, 30,000 coins, I would say sell them now, because they will be worth less in 2 or 3 weeks time, and the players that you want to buy that are currently worth more will also be worth less. However, if you have a player like, say, Chris Smalling, who's going for about 15,000 coins right now, if you have him in your club and you use him, keep him. Just use him. Like, you know, like 15,000 coins now, he's going to be worth, let's say he goes down to 10,000 coins. Yeah, you've lost 5,000 coins in intrinsic value, but what you've got out of that is you've got a defender that's amazing and you're playing with him, and whoever you're going to replace him with, let's say you were going to replace Chris Smalling with, who would you even replace him with in the Premiership? Koscielny. Not that I think you'd replace Koscielny. Replace Smalling for Koscielny, but you know that 5,000 that you lose off of Chris Smalling has also been deducted off of Laurent Koscielny. So when it becomes time to sell Smalling, everybody else that you wanted to buy, as long as they're not a legend, most likely, has also come down in, like, scaled down in value. So for me, and this is important for me in terms of building my squad for next week's FUT Champions, because I sat there this week and you can see I'm struggling a bit. I'm not playing great FIFA anyway. but I felt like I was coming up short against teams because they had superior players. Like this guy here, he's got Hummels, he's got Socrates, he's got Sommer, he's got Renato Sanchez, he's got Frank Ribery, he's got Inform Boudabous. That's 6 players in his... Sorry, is that Boudabous Inform? It's not Boudabous. I can't remember who the Inform was, but you'll correct me in the comment section, I'm sure. He's got 6 players there that are of high-end, high quality. And I'm scared to spend the coins on this caliber of players just in case I lose coins. And it's costing me. It's costing me games. And in turn, it's costing me to the point where, let's say, for argument's sake, I finish Gold 1 this week, 1 or 2 wins short of Elite 3. The price difference in Gold 1 to Elite 3 is like, what, 50,000 extra coins or 30,000 extra coins. And the Team of the Week pack, which would be worth 50, 80, 100, 150,000 coins, depending on who you get in the pack. Maybe even 1 million coins, depending on who you get in the pack. And I'm not spending an extra 1 to 200k on players because I'm scared of losing coins. It's a mentality that is going to end up carrying over for too long, and I'm going to end up using like a super cheap team all the way through the year and have just millions of coins in the bank. What's the point of that? I may as well invest my coins, buy players that are going to help me progress to the next level that I wouldn't potentially be at, and win more prizes in recuperation. I know Nick does the same as me. He's holding on to his coins. Nick's got a lot of good players in his team. He's bought Inform Kante or One to Watch Kante. He's got One to Watch Embolo. He's got a lot more than me. He's had much better pack luck than me on his road to glory. And with that, he's generated more coins off the back of that. And just in general has a lot more assets and a lot more stock than I do in my road to glory account. However, we both have a very similar coin balance. He has about 700 to 800,000. I have 500 to 600,000. If I wasn't doing YouTube videos, there is no way I would just keep 500 to 600,000 coins in my account. I would go and buy Royce, Aubameyang, Lewandowski, Vidal, Boateng, Alaba, whoever I could afford, just to improve my team that small amount that may well be the difference between me, as I say, getting Gold 1 or Elite 3. As a spoiler, if you don't want to know where I finished because you don't follow me on social media and you don't know and you want to watch the gameplay, just mute me for the next sort of 20 to 30 seconds. As a spoiler, I did finish Gold 1 this month, and I finished 1 win away from Elite 3. And I had a horrendous time. Right now you can see we're 4 wins and 3 losses after 7 games. Last weekend, I was 17 wins before I got to 3 losses. I was 17 and 3 after 20, and now I'm 4 and 3. So the fact that I finished just 1 win away was because I improved the squad massively with 15 games to go, and I ended up winning 12 of those 15 games. And that happened because I was sitting there playing with these cheap players with a whole bunch of coins, and I was suffering. So I was like, why the hell am I not just going and investing in players that are going to benefit the team and benefit me as a player, and end up winning more and in turn getting more back? And I'm frustrated that I did it with only 15 games to go instead of with 25 games to go or with 35 games to go, because I 100% can get 32 or 35 wins if I've got the right caliber of team, and I'm hurting myself by being scared to spend my own coins. So I would say, to go back to the question, if you've got excess players that you're not using, the best time to sell them is as soon as possible. Maybe wait till Thursday so that people are buying players back for the weekend league. The prices tend to rise by 10 or 20%. But in general, sell them as soon as possible. If, however, you're using players, don't be scared to keep expensive players and lose value, because the whole market comes down. It's not just your players and your teams that come down. It is the whole market that comes down. Next question is, or next comment is from Ultimate ENQUIRIES. Says, Nep, how much do you think we should spend on SBC Lacazette? In terms of what you get back around 200 to 250,000 coins and packs worth of value, and you get the Lacazette. I would say anywhere from 200,000 to 400,000 coins is a reasonable amount. Anything more than 400,000 coins, and I think you're pricing yourself way too high for a player. And anything less than 200,000 coins, you are getting an absolute bargain. So if you could do it for less than that, do it. I would say on average, spend 300,000 coins. Much more than that, and you're starting to become a bit too expensive for one player. Because bear in mind, we're only like, what, 5-6 weeks into FIFA, right? This is look at what's coming out already. Imagine what's going to be coming out in 3 or 4 months' time. Saying no to this Lacazette might be the smart choice. Saying no, I don't want him just yet. I'm going to wait to see what's around in January or February, because it might be like a 93 rated player or a 94 rated player that you can get for a very similar value. Next up, we've got a question from Harvey Seitaj. Says, can you help us who didn't qualify with some advice to qualify for Foot Champs? Love the series, much love. I feel like I do that every week, every video. I feel like I'm constantly giving advice, but in terms of like the best kind of like solid rounded advice, spend your coins, invest the coins you have in the best team possible for the qualification, and just try hard. And if you fail, play divisions to get better at FIFA, and then go back and try the tournaments. Watch your gameplay back where possible. Learn from your mistakes. If you continually do the same thing over and over again and it goes wrong, but you think that it's the game, it's not the game. If you constantly try that shot, you know, that shot from the top of the box where you're like, how has this player not scored that goal 10 times in a row? Stop doing that shot. Try something different. I'd definitely say that the best way to progress as a player is to learn from your mistakes, watch your gameplay, and try and pick up things that you can see are overpowered. One thing that you'll notice with me in every single game is that I utilize and abuse the low-driven shot to the far post over and over. In fact, most of my goals come from that. Even in positions where I don't need to do that shot, where I could do a finesse shot or a driven shot, like to the top corner or something, I will still do that shot because it's so broken in my opinion. And then the last comment I've got on this occasion is from Blood 84, and he says, do you feel that with 4 leagues now and a squad builder challenge that require a lot of silvers, that buying silver packs or as a silver pack method is viable, or is this too risky that it won't be profitable? I don't think it's profitable at this moment in time. I think you can profit from it if you get super lucky, but in general I think there are far too many silvers that you can get that aren't from those leagues, and there are far too many cheap silvers that you can get that are from those leagues, where you won't always make your money back. However, if you, on the off chance, if you wanted to try 1 or 2, you may well hit Jackpot City and get 10, 15, 20K's worth of players back. You could get kits that sell. You could get gold players. Like, there is a lot that you can get, but I would say right now it's not worth it. Maybe in another month or 2, if there are a couple more thrown in, it starts to become a bit more worth it. But right now, I don't think it's worth it. As this video draws to a close, guys, we end up, you know, we're struggling right now. There's no two ways about it. We are struggling. After 10 games, I switched back to the BPL team, as you can see. The reason why I switched back to the BPL team is because I just wasn't feeling the team that I built. It just, something was missing, and I was an idiot to try a new team at the start of FUT Champions without ever playing with it before. I was stupid to do so. I should have played with it in cups or in leagues first to try and find my feet with it and see what was wrong and change it. We end up getting 7 wins from our first 10 games, which wasn't the end of the world. It, you know, puts us on target to get 28 wins, but it could have been so much better. I felt like I let myself down. I switched back to the BPL team and I started playing a hell of a lot better. But we've had a very inconsistent first 10 games. 7 wins is still pretty decent. It's not the end of the world. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.